The movie begins with Rachel as she commutes on a train. She tells us her husband always said she had an overactive imagination. Rachel explains that she has been on this train for years and always sits in the same seat, 3 cars down, so she has the perfect neighborhood view. She says she is new and thinks people can see that in her, as a man in a suit makes judgmental eye contact from a nearby seat. Rachel tells us she likes to imagine the lives of all the people she passes. She wonders if people who live by the train even notice it when it goes by. She wonders what the blonde woman's name is. It's now 6 months earlier, and we meet Megan, the woman Rachel has been fascinated with from the train, as she tells someone that she has had many different roles in her life, including a rebellious teenager, a waitress, a wife, a nanny, and a whore, but not necessarily in that order. It's revealed she's talking to a therapist, Dr. Obdich. She says that her husband convinced her to take a job as a nanny to help persuade her to become a mother, which she does not desire. We are then introduced to Anna washing her baby Evie in the bathtub, while gushing about how her husband sang happy birthday to her that morning. The nanny comes in, who is revealed to be Megan. As Megan and Anna are folding a top sheet together, Megan says the gallery called her back, and she will leave the nanny job after that day. Anna tells her that's uncool since she'll have to be alone the following day. Later, Anna has a flashback of Rachel stealing her baby from the house and wakes up upset. Rachel checks the Facebook profile for her ex-husband Tom, and sees a new pic of the baby he had with Anna. Moments later, Rachel is drunk and leaving voicemails at 1 a.m. Kathy, a friend who has let Rachel stay with her, stops her short. The next time Rachel rides the train, she sees Megan embracing another man on her balcony. She rushes further down the train to catch another glimpse, seeing them kissing. Rachel gets upset, saying it was a perfect marriage, and this woman is destroying it. That night, when the train stops at the neighborhood where Megan lives, a drunk Rachel gets off the train. The man in the suit begins following her, knowing her from the daily commute and knowing she doesn't get off there. Worried, Rachel rushes into the park and sees someone down a tunnel. We hear her shout whore. Then we hear a thud but don't see any activity. The following day, Rachel wakes up at Kathy's, blacked out and covered in blood and bruises, and she has no idea what happened. In a flashback, we see Megan with her therapist again, talking about the aggressive relationship her husband Scott and she have. Her therapist suggests it's a form of emotional abuse, but Megan says she likes it. Rachel goes to an Alcohol Anonymous meeting and admits it's day 1 of sobriety. She recalls that she had fertility issues, and that's when Tom drifted away from her, which led her to start drinking. When Rachel returns home, she is greeted by Kathy, who cushions her from speaking. Moments later, it is revealed that 2 police officers are in the living room waiting for her. Officer Riley does all the talking, asking where Rachel was the night before. Rachel admits to leaving the train at 6 p.m. She tells Rachel that Tom's new wife, Anna, had seen Rachel in the area and wonders if Rachel killed Megan Hipwell. Obviously, Rachel denies this but isn't sure if she did. Rachel visits the police and tells Officer Riley that she noticed Megan on the train and another man with her that morning. Rachel is insistent they find the man on the balcony with Megan, but they tell her to leave the people involved alone. In a flashback, we see Megan meeting with her therapist. She talks about how she likes to touch herself and demonstrates, but he chastises her for not genuinely doing it. Rachel now meets with Dr. Obdich and uses him as a therapist to see if he can help her remember what happened when she blacked out. She usually said that when she blacks out, her husband would tell her what she had done the night before, so she knew what she had to apologize for. But they had been divorced, and it was all her fault for drinking. She says this started after their attempts at in vitro fertilization failed and she felt guilty for not providing Tom with the child he wanted. It is announced that Megan's body was found, and her husband was brought in for questioning but was released due to a lack of evidence. Rachel rushes to his house as he is released from jail. After reporters swarm Scott, Rachel walks away, spotting Anna pushing her baby in a stroller. That night, Tom tries to have sex with Anna, but she brushes him off, worried about why Rachel is in their neighborhood. He tells her Rachel didn't kill anyone, she is harmless. The next day, she tries to sign into Tom's computer using various passwords, first Anna, then Evie and last she tries Rachel. But none work. On the train, Rachel sees Martha, the wife of Tom's former boss. She apologizes for her behavior at the barbecue, where she believes she broke a platter, threw food, and insulted Martha. Martha says she did nothing wrong, and it is revealed that Tom had been fired for having sex with coworkers. Rachel realizes that Tom planted false memories in her head during her drinking binges and was violent toward her during her blackouts, which accounts for her injuries when she awoke. Meanwhile, Anna suspects Tom of cheating and secretly finds a cell phone hidden in their house. A voicemail reveals that it belonged to Megan. A now sober Rachel remembers that on the day of Megan's disappearance, she caught Megan meeting Tom, and he hit her when she tried to confront them. Realizing that Tom killed Megan when she refused to abort his baby, Rachel warns Anna, who is already aware. When both women confront Tom, he becomes angry, tries to force Rachel to drink alcohol again, throws the drink at her face, and then knocks her unconscious. When Rachel awakens, she flees for the front door, but it is locked. Tom tries to strangle her as Anna watches from the top of the stairs. Outside, Tom grabs her and as she turns she stabs him in the neck with the corkscrew. Anna then appears and twists it deeper into Tom's neck, killing him and avenging Megan's death. Interviewed by Riley, Rachel and Anna tell similar stories about killing Tom in self-defense after he admitted that he was Megan's killer. Anna admits that Rachel had been right about everything. Later, Rachel visits Megan's tombstone at a cemetery and states, "We are tied forever now, the three of us, bound forever by the story we shared." The movie ends with Megan sits on the opposite side of the train, hopeful for a new life.